Okay, so let's talk about motivation because it's one of the biggest questions that I've had, and it's one of the biggest problems that I've had as well. And I think it's a common thing for most people. But when you have ADHD, like motivation for most tasks is already difficult throughout every other aspect of your life. So, of course, your physical health is going to be no exception. So there's a couple of ways of looking at motivation. There's internal motivation and external. So internal motivation needs to be the positive voice in your head and the reasons why you're doing them, and it should be good reasons, like you want to get healthy, you want to have more energy, you want to be able to focus. It's something that you're doing for yourself because you know it's going to improve the quality of your life. So what gets me motivated now? Why am I motivated at the moment? Summer's around the corner. That's always a big motivating factor, I think, for most people. Clothes motivate me, especially this time of the year. So because I've put on X amount of weight, I don't fit anything. I've had to go thrifting, although I wanted to thrift anyway. I just can't fit anything, and that makes me feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. So I've worked on that for myself. I've just bought clothes for now and clothes for later. I know that I fluctuate throughout the year, so I've allowed myself to be different sizes mentally, and that was a big start for me. Our inner voice is a really huge obstacle for us regarding any kind of motivation, and we seem to be like pretty big jerks to ourselves. So quietening the inner voice regarding motivation, that needs to stop. That's the step that I'm working on at the moment. Reframe that. Try reframe that for yourself and make it about you doing something good for yourself. An example of that for me today was I'm currently wearing shorts that are literally riding up the middle of my thighs, and I'm constantly adjusting myself, and it's so uncomfortable because I wanted to walk around in casual clothes today. These shorts that I just thrifted, and they're great if you're sitting around the house, but now I'm at the point where I'm going to have to wear like bike pants or safety pants underneath them to stop them from riding, and I don't want to wear the extra layer of clothing in summer. So that's incentive in itself because I am literally sick of it, and I think being sick of things is an example of, what can motivate you, what can really drive you. It feels like you get to the end, your absolute wit's end of dealing with a situation before you feel motivated to do anything. You shouldn't have to be at your wit's end to get motivated about your physical health. I think the problem lies in the fact of where we associate pleasure and pain, and there's a lot of pleasure in looking after your physical health. When you exercise, you get dopamine and endorphins is the feel-good chemical, and dopamine is something that we have problems with. So it's really good if you exercise, you can get more of that. It increases your focus, your energy, and your ability to sleep. Regarding to eat nutritious food as a way to explore food, and you can get excited about that. That can be very motivating. Like, I love trying new foods. I love learning to cook. I'm not great at it, but I'm trying, and that for me is a challenge, and a challenge gets me motivated. I know that for people with ADHD, challenges and novelty is a huge driving factor, and that can lead us to hyperfocus. So, was that me? Maybe that was the collective sound of hyperfocus setting in from inspiration. Well, I hope so. What truly motivates us individually comes down to the person. Like, especially when you have ADHD, things that motivate me sometimes can be really silly. Structure and routine in an ADHD person's life should be one of the biggest things that we fall back on, because obviously internally we struggle to do these things alone. And obviously fitting motivation into a boring old routine is quite difficult, and we do get tired of things quickly. So it's really good to switch things up, and that's a great thing about exercise and food is there's lots of different foods to try, and with your exercise there's always different challenges to take. Okay, I can hear you from here. When am I going to tell you something you don't already know? But that's the thing. You do know all this stuff, right? And in our moments of doubt, when we're struggling with certain things, remind yourself you do know what the next step is. You know what to do next. You really do. You know yourself the best. You know what motivates you. You know, something that keeps me accountable is you guys as posting these videos. I want to do this with you. Let's go on a journey together. If you're looking for a place for accountability and motivation, watch these videos. I'm here. Let's talk to each other in the comment section. I'm struggling just as much as anybody else. Whether you're neurotypical or you have ADHD, it is hard to stay motivated, and it's extra challenging for us because we have the extra obstacle in our way. So what gets you motivated? I shared what gets me motivated at the moment. Leave a comment below, let's exchange ideas, let's get this korero happening. You never know where you might find inspiration and the motivation you need to start looking after your health. Well, that's all from me today. I'm gonna talk more about this in the next few days. I'm doing a bit of research. I also want to give a formal disclosure that I am not a medical professional, a dietitian, or a personal trainer, or any of those things. I am a person living with ADHD. I work in peer support and I'm a mental health advocate, and I am super passionate about helping people. And helping people helps me, so it's a win-win. And yeah, so that's where I'm at, and I hope that you have found something in this video that will get you started again looking after your physical health in correlation to your mental health. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!